cleansing real quick, guys. Live from the altar. Happy Thursday, y'all. Hope you're all doing wonderful. Jupiter Thursday, Tarot Thursday. Anyone else feeling completely thrown off today? Tech glitches, weird frustrations, things popping up. If so, you're not alone and you're not crazy. Welcome back, loves. And welcome if you're new to the sanctuary. I'm G, of course. So glad you found me. Before we get into it, remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always, always use your own discernment. 'Cause of course, you are your best guide. I'm sharing what Spirit has shown me and my own studies and lived experiences. Shuffling here. All right. So, of course, today is Thursday. This is timeless. So, whenever it finds you, it is meant to. So Jupiter Day, Tarot Thursday. Today's kind of the come down or the hangover, so to speak, from that major astrological event. So you might be feeling drained, might have some crazy happenings. I know today I've been kind of thrown off with glitches and just kind of strange happenings and pop-ups. So you're not alone if that's how you're feeling, okay? So don't force anything. Sometimes it's a sign to just chill a little bit. Sometimes it's a redirect. Okay. So just let it be a little messy. Drink some water. Hey, PP. Welcome. If you are joining me live in the chat, let me know. Say hey. Let me know where you're joining from, your zodiac sign for kicks and giggles. And you might actually want to share your zodiac sign. Thank you, PP, today because we're going to check in. I'm going to pull for each sign really quick. I'm going to do one poll, see what's going on, check in on everybody. And then we will get into the Q&A. We'll get into your questions. So if you want to start with them in the queue or if you want a general pull, let me know. But I am going to pull for each sign anyhow. Really quick, I am just going to pull for the the collective in general. We got seven of spades to be exact. Okay. And it says stabilize your gifts. So that's kind of our overall theme here. And look at that flame. And I'm not going to go in any particular order today with the zodiac signs. I'm just going to kind of shuffle, see what falls out. And we'll go. So 7, remember, is spirituality, wisdom, introspection, our divine connection. And getting the spades, that's kind of air or swords energy. That's thoughts, conflict, truth, decisions. Yeah, so stabilize your gifts makes sense. Okay, guys? Yes, thank you, PP. Definitely double tap. Thank you. All right, so let's see what sign we're going to start off with today, and then I'm going to pull some cards. What sign are we going to start with today, Spirit? And for if we get any yes/no questions, we can pull out my handy dandy pendulum again for the yes/no questions. And we'll pull some charms too. Get into it. Got a strong flame on the candle today, don't we? Libra. All right. So this is for my Libras. Let's see. Libra spirit. Oh. We got 3 cards for Libras. Patience, assessing, and self-love. All right. I did do one pull. I was going to do one card first time, but we'll go ahead and take them all. So, this is interesting. We got 36, which is 9, then 9, and then 6. Big 9 energy. Okay. And Libra is 7 on the zodiac. Like we got 7. So it's kind of funny. And Libra is actually the justice card. Okay. Balancing the scales. Anyway, look at that pink hair. And again, 7 is spirituality. Okay. Wisdom, introspection, divine connection. If you're wondering, look at our flame going out now. So again, patience 36, which is 9, the imagery there. And she's got the red balloon, if you guys know about the red balloon. So balloon energy, right? Because now we got a hot air balloon on this card, assessing. Look, she really is assessing 9. So patience, you guys are kind of taking a look at things, a deeper look. Self-love, 6. And 6 is harmony, love, family responsibility. Yeah, so it definitely makes sense. So have patience, keep assessing, and definitely take care of yourself, okay? So self-love, like that. Change our candle out here. Welcome, guys. If you're just joining, feel free to say hey in the chat. Let me know where you're joining from, your zodiac sign. And if you have any questions or you just want a general poll, but I am pulling quickly for each sign before we get into the Q&A. So we've got time to get that queue going for questions. The truth spirit. All right. So that was for Libra. Let's see who's next. Put Libra away. Gemini. Gemini is 3. So all about communication and connection, collaboration, teamwork. Oh, a card already came out. Hunger 29, which is 11, a master number, an illuminator. Yeah, so I'm getting here, Gemini. You are hungry. You are hungry for change. You are hungry for calling in what you want. You're hungry for what you've been working for, okay? Gotta love that. All right, let's shuffle our deck. See who's next. Let me know if you're joining live in the chat if that resonates with you. And if you're watching the replay in the comments, Capricorn's next, which is number 10, completion. All right, let's see. It's Capricorn spirit. Ooh, it came flying out. Extremes. Ooh, 34, which is 7. Lots of sevens today, you guys. So, again, spirituality, wisdom, introspection, divine connection. Okay. Now, here, because we are reducing, before we can get to the 7, a lot of times we have to go through a tower moment. Okay. And this is extreme. So look at it. It looks like he's pretty hot. So this is a male masculine energy here. Okay. So depicted on the card. And he's sweating here. All right. And the moon looks kind of bright orange here. There is a book in the background, a glass of water. So it looks like he's experiencing kind of extreme temperatures. Okay. So you maybe you've been feeling heated lately or under pressure, Capricorn. It says hot moon. And there is a book here too. So that's significant. And is that, I can't tell what that is in the background. It almost looks like a flame, maybe a rose. So take that as it resonates. Okay, Capricorn, feeling the heat lately. Let's see who's next. You have PP. Hey, Kat. Cancer, Leo rising. All right. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Yagi. All right, let's see what sign is next. Once I'm done with the zodiac pulls, we'll do pull some charms for the collective, and then we will get into your questions. If you are just joining, feel free to say hey in the chat. Let me know where you're joining from, your zodiac sign. I'm pulling for signs now, and then we're going to do charms and the Q&A. Leo. And it is good to listen to both your sun and, I mean, you can listen to anything that pops up in your chart if y'all want, okay? If you know your full chart. If you don't and you want it, I do that too, okay? Sanctuary444.com. Both Western and Vedic charts I do. But it's really good to at least listen to your sun and moon sign, okay? And someone just said, I think, Leo rising. Anywho, so we got Leo here, which is 5. Ooh, change, transformation. So let's see what comes out here for Leo. And we are in Leo season right now. All right, we got 37, which is 10. And it says fruition. Ooh. Yeah, and look, she's wearing a mask here over her eyes. And there's lots of kind of fruits, apples and grapes and things kind of growing instead of her hair or maybe as a hat. So the things that you've been, contemplating in your mind and creating in your mind are growing to fruition. There's a bird here, a bee. Yeah, so this is finally coming. This is harvest moon. So you're going to start now. You've been harvesting, and now you're going to be able to eat the fruits of your own labor, so to speak. But you do have a little bit of a mask on here. So, again, that is for Leo. Let's see who is next. Ooh, Scorpio. This is a colorful one, too. Scorpio's 8, abundance, karma, cycles. Let's see what comes out. Scorpio spirit. Resistance. Okay, and 25, which is dun 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 7. But again, before we can get to that 7, sometimes we have to go through a tower moment. Here I'm getting that you're being very resistant to growth lately, Scorpio. Okay. You're going to have to surrender, give into that growth, let yourself grow. Sometimes, not all change is scary. Sometimes it is, I know. But especially spiritually speaking, Scorpio, you need to kind of let that change happen. Okay. Again, that was Scorpio. See who's next. As the deck gets smaller, I'll just go in order what's left. Probably after this next one. Who's next, Spirit? Sagittarius. I'm not biased, you guys. Stop it. All right, Sagittarius 9. So endings, release. Look at all that fire. Half man, half horse. That's a Saggies, are all fire sign. Let's see. Let's see what comes out for us. On the Western chart, I am a Sagittarius Sun, Virgo Moon, Scorpio Rising. Yeah, is that in? Pleasure. Ooh, 18, which is 9 again. Okay, Sagittarius, big 9. So big release energy. All right. Yeah, and she definitely looks like she's releasing a lot here, right? And butterflies off to the side. Yeah. So there is release and pleasure. Okay. Keep that in mind, Saggies. Let it out. All right. Next, we're going to go with Cancer. Cancer's 4, all about stability, home, foundation, protection. Cancer spirit. And freedom too. I should have said for Sagittarius. Mine is also about that. Ooh, also resistance for Cancer. Okay, interesting, which is 7, 25, which is 7. So again, before you can get to that, sometimes you have to go through that tower moment. Okay. So stop resisting this change, Cancer. Stop resisting this change. And this is also, spiritually speaking. So you need to go through these growth cycles. Sometimes growth is painful, sometimes growth is hard, a lot of times um, surrender. All right, let's see who is next. Virgo 6. So harmony, love, family, responsibility. For Virgo spirit. Action 15, which is 6. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't make this up, you guys. So again, harmony, love, family, responsibility. So you need to take some sort of action in this area. So maybe you have some sort of responsibility. Maybe you've been delaying a little bit. This might have to do with love or family. Okay, and here she's kind of dancing, right? So it's this movement. Um, Maybe you haven't been feeling as free lately. Okay. You might have been a little rigid. So it's time to take that movement, that action that has to do with love and family. Okay. You might have been more focused on work lately. Yeah, that was for Virgo. Aries, number 1. Beginnings, self, manifestation, leadership for Aries spirit. Also a lot of fire on that card. Ooh, came flying out. 2 of them. Nourishment and fear. Ooh, and nourishment is dun, 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 7. What's going on with this collective? A lot of spiritual energy here. And you see here, there's a waterfall coming off the moon, things growing here. There's bread and fruit. She's got something in each hand, kind of. She looks like she may be thankful for this nourishment. And this is like either an egg or earth here. So yeah, and then fear. Okay. And here she's got a lot of crows tied to strings. They're flying outside of the cage. Okay. And then down here, she's kind of curled up. So we see here that, the cage is in your mind. Okay, Aries. And you're the one feeding this fear. Okay. So be careful what you nourish. So what you feed. We don't want to feed this fear. Okay. Again, that was for Aries. Okay, next, Pisces, 12, which is 3, community, collaboration, creativity, connection, communication. The Pisces spirit. And Pisces is such a pretty card there. So colorful. Came flying out, acceptance, 4, which is stability, foundation, protection. And you see here they're 2 hands, and they're of different skin tones, and there are a bunch of doves flying here, and they seem to be connecting energetically here. So there's something here about accepting maybe things or people that are different. Okay, not being just tolerant, but actually accepting. Okay, I'm getting this might be people in your life. Maybe you've been a little bit judgmental about something lately. It might be something you have to sit with. You might not see that off the bat, but there's something there. Okay. Again, that was for Pisces. Aquarius, 11, master illuminator number, portal, gateway, manifestation. Aquarius, the one everyone always thinks is a water sign, but is actually not. Aquarius spirit. Came flying out here. Self-reflection. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. And we got, what is that? 17, which is 8. So again, karma, cycles, abundance, power. Okay. But before we can get to that 8, a lot of times we have to go through this. Okay. So self-reflection. Maybe you've already been doing this. Maybe this is needed. But you see here, there are 2. She looks like the same. They could be, twins. This could be your higher self. I'm getting more higher self holding hands, one facing away, one facing towards us, and they're looking in the mirror. Okay, and they're kind of underwater up to their neck, and maybe that's how you've been feeling lately, Aquarius. That you've really been kind of treading water, you've been in it up to your neck. There's some self-reflection needed here. How have you been participating in your own drowning? Interesting. Again, that was for Aquarius. And last but not least, Taurus, 2. So duality, connection, partnership, decisions. Ooh, came flying out. The unexpected, 43, which is dun, 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 7. Yeah, we got blue moon here. Okay, so the color blue is significant. This is emotional healing, throat chakra. And it says the unexpected. So this might be an unexpected message coming through. Maybe you're going to say something that's unexpected. And you see there's two people here. So there might be something coming through that's unexpected, communication wise, regarding a connection. Okay. So expect the unexpected, Taurus. All right, if anybody has any follow-up questions on anything for their sign, let me know in the chat. I'm going to catch up now. Hi, Miriam. Hi, Dylan. Hi, Minis. Yeah, PP, I would say so. You're reading a lot of books on your cards lately. Michelle, hey. Just catching up on the chat. Virgo. And you guys can replay too if you missed yours by chance. Dylan, yeah. I got a couple Aquarius, I think. Okay, Miriam's got a question. Let me write this down. All right, so I think the first question tonight is Miriam. And that's a yes, no, so we'll use our pendulum. Minis. What's coming in for your love life? Okay, Minis. We'll pull from the love deck for you. I'm great, Miriam. Thank you. Okay, I think I'm caught up on the chat. If you're just joining me, feel free to say hey in the chat. Let me know where you're joining from, your zodiac sign. And if you want a general poll, let me know. Otherwise, if you have a specific question, no legal or medical, please, because this is YouTube, okay? But we're going to pull some charms and then I'm going to get into your questions. Let's see. Where? All right, we got the letter E. Oh, confirmation. The letter U, and I always like this one because this U is kind of a little bit broken or misshapen. So this one is always, to me, a reminder that even if you feel a little bit broken, you're still you. Okay, you're still you, you're still unique. And it's also EU. Funny because in Spanish that would stand for United States. But so EU, and then we've got a little golden circle here. Ooh, interesting, you guys. And those letters or initials could go in any order, of course. So however they resonate with you. Take a little sip of my water here. And then we'll get into it. So my little golden circle here is kind of for completion, cycles, wholeness. It really gives me kind of infinite energy and protection. That would make sense. We got a lot of 4 and a lot of 7s, a lot of spiritual protection energy tonight. So if you've been calling that in, that could be for you. All right. We're going to start with Miriam, who wants to know, is Chanda ignoring your text? That is a yes, no. So we're going to use the pendulum and then we will get into our tarot. Do a little cleanse here. All right. So is Chanda ignoring Miriam's text? Let's see. Oh, it's a little shaky. No. Yeah, that's clearly a no. Look at that. No, Miriam, Chanda is not ignoring your text, at least not on purpose. Okay, Yagi's got a question. I'm adding this to the queue. Jack to reach out the end of August. That's a yes, no, too. So we'll ask the pendulum when we get there. Right, Yagi? I know. It's funny how we get like personal things from the different charms. All right. So next is minis from the love deck. For mini spirit. Oh, we got what? Love life and falling in love. Okay, so maybe you've been feeling like you don't really have a love life lately, but you really want to fall in love. That's for minis. Let me go back to your actual what's coming. So you might be falling in love. Let's see what else comes out here. Oh, these came flying out, minis. Decisions, decisions. And someone you don't see coming. Yeah. So thank you for the confirmation, Spirit. Yeah. So what that is you've been feeling like, you don't really have a love life, but you're going to be falling in love. You might have a decision to make, but it's someone you don't see coming. So maybe somebody brand new or somebody you already know that you wouldn't expect. So there's going to be a decision involved. But yeah, love's coming in for you, minis. All right. Next, we got Yagi. Will Jack reach out by the end of August? So we're going to use the pendulum here. So, will Jack reach out to Yagi by the end of August? Yes. Yeah, that's a clear yes. That's a yes, Yagi. Well, I'm glad that makes you happy. All right. Let me know if we have any other questions for the yes, no. We use the pendulum I'm getting that I want to pull from this deck to see what else is going on with the collective. What's going on, Spirit? Trust your inner vision. Oh, your ancestor says hello. Okay. So we got someone here with us. Ooh, personal. Okay. So there's a personal message here. And also self-care. Okay. Let's see what this personal message is. What is the Spirit? It would make sense because I've been kind of feeling it. Whenever there's kind of a spirit trying to communicate, a lot of times I feel almost like I'm kind of not in a full-on trance, but a little bit almost like zoning out. Let yourself live. That's what they want. Oh, that makes sense too because we got the self-care. Yeah, so whoever this is for, your ancestor wants you to let yourself live. That's what they would want for you. And they want you to take care of yourself, okay? So maybe you haven't been doing such a good job of that lately. And no judgment. It happens, you know? Life happens, but don't forget to take care of yourself, okay? And there's something here with someone's coworkers. You really need to be mindful of your coworkers, okay? Mm-hmm. See what's going on with these coworkers. Goddess vibes. Ooh, okay. So yeah, take care of yourself like you're a god or goddess, okay? Your body is your temple, as they say. I mean, you only get one per lifetime, right? Oh, the coworkers spirit. Ooh. Okay, this is really coming out. So we got King here, Prism, Anointed. Oh, someone might be chosen here or resonate with being chosen. We also got Summer, which could be a name. So I did ask about the coworkers. You might have a coworker named Summer, or this could have to do with the summertime. But then, like, we also got Joe. Okay, this could be male or female, especially the way it's spelled. So if you've got a coworker named Joe, or maybe you're going to have one, be mindful. Okay. Yes, coworkers can be haters sometimes. You're welcome, Yagi. That's funny. Oh, thank you. I know I love my lamp. I was gonna get a lava lamp until I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, jellyfish! You know they're big spiritually too." And I just like the vibe and how they just kind of go with the flow. You know, they go with the current. Literally, they don't actually swim. So, but they're so like majestic. I don't know. It's very calming, and I like how it changes colors. So, thank you. All right, let's see what's up. What else comes out here? See if our guides or ancestors or archangels have anything else to say here. I wanted to let you guys know too. If you don't know, this is all on my bio on YouTube, but I know not everyone reads that. But I am a Reiki master, certified Reiki master, and I'm actually going to be adding a course. I don't know when I'll have it fully up, but I'll keep you guys updated. I'll post in the community. But I'm going to be adding a course. So if you're interested in getting into Reiki, if you want to take that class with me, um, either I think I might do one-on-one or as like a group setting, where we do attunements and the whole shebang. um, then let me know if you guys have questions on it, but keep an eye out for that too. Okay, so we got rest without guilt. Yeah, this makes sense because we're getting this self-care. Choose your battles. They don't all need your energy. Okay, so this has to do with the coworkers. Okay, yeah, choose your battles, you guys. Not all are worth it. A truth unlocking. Okay, you already sensed this coming. All right, so some sort of truth is unlocking, maybe to do with work and your coworkers. You already sensed it coming. Yeah, protection sometimes looks like distance. Yeah, we got some archangel messages. Oh, Michael. Love me some Archangel Michael. Stop shrinking to keep the peace. Okay. Okay. And Archangel Gabriel, however you want to pronounce it, your voice was never meant to stay hidden. And Metatron, you guys, I have him on my altar. You keep seeing the signs because your soul is awake. Oh, what did I just say? I said that someone might resonate as being chosen, going through an awakening. We got King, Goddess vibes, Prism, Anointed. Yeah, so all this is pointing to it. So yeah, you're seeing the signs because you're awake to them. You're awakening. Okay. Yeah, it's funny. I get that. You mean my jellyfish, Aggie? That's funny. That, in a sense, that would be super cool, right? To have little pet jellyfish. I think I know people have like octopi as pet. I don't know about jellyfish. I'd have to look that one up. But in another sense, that would be kind of sad, especially because I feel like that would be too small of a tank. But yeah, they are real spiritually, not physically. It's really cool though because of how it makes them move. They do kind of look real. Really good for meditation. You can kind of just like sit and watch them. It's very calming. I'm shuffling the mediumship deck. I don't know why. So the spirits must have more to say. Your grief honored them. Now let it soften. Okay. There's no unfinished business, only love. They want the family rift to heal. Okay, so someone's ancestor is here, and not only do they want you to take care of yourself, but they're also saying they want this rift in your family to heal. They don't have any unfinished business. They're not stuck. They've, moved on. There's only love. Okay? And they're saying that your grief, you already honored them with your grief. Now you can let it soften now, okay? Let yourself live. Beautiful message. I know what else I wanted to say. It was in my notes here. Oh, yes. Um, so I wanted to say a little bit about the elements. I know I kind of touch on them a lot, and then just a little blurb about our different signs here, since we kind of did a little bit of zodiac today. So for our fire signs, okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, those signs, being a fire element is all about action, passion, sexuality, courage, ambition, transformation. It's destruction and creation, okay? Spiritual force. And then my little notes I wanted to say on the actual signs. So for my Aries, big on action, boldness, okay, warrior energy, very impulsive, okay. And then Leo's confidence, creativity, visibility, heart energy, great storytellers, Leos, okay. And then Saggies are all about truth, expansion, freedom, and higher wisdom. Okay, Saggies are always the truth tellers, the ones seeking the truth, seeking justice, big on freedom and expansion, learning. Okay, always wanting to learn something new. And then for my water signs, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, they're very emotional signs. Okay, they're big on their intuition, dreams, healing, psychic energy, very sensitive souls, kind of go more with the spiritual flow. Of course, we have in any sign healed and unhealed, okay? Um, but we won't get into that. So, for my cancers, that's a very nurturing sign, okay? They're naturally that way, very emotional, nurturing, all about home and family and protection, okay? And then Scorpios are very intense. Okay, they are big on transformation, but also a bit secretive. Okay, and a lot of death, rebirth themes for Scorpios. Okay, and then did I say Pisces? No, I didn't. So Pisces now, they're big on their intuition, dreams, compassion, spiritual connection. Okay, and then our air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, big on communication, thought, intellect, messages, ideas, learning, a lot of social energy there, okay, with those signs. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, big on social energy, especially Gemini, okay? They're big on communication, but there's that duality there because they're the twins. And they're kind of a curious, almost immature type, young energy type of sign, okay? And then Libras. So again, that's the justice or balance card. They're all about relationships, beauty, things looking nice, appearing nice, okay? That's what Libras are about. And then we have Aquarius. So they're about innovation, rebellion, okay? Very rebellious sign, big on collective energy, thinking about the future, okay? And then last but not least, our earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They're earth signs, so big on grounding, money, stability, work, body, manifestation, home, abundance, structure. For earth signs, their stability and their structure and their foundation are so key for them. Without that, their mind is just not in the right place. Okay. So for Taurus, big on stability, also sensuality, persistence, and comfort. That Taurus love them some sleep and food. Okay. Um, and Virgos, analysis, they're a very analytical sign, one of the most misunderstood signs out there as well. But they're big on healing, service to others, and huge on the details. They can be very critical of self and of others. And then our Capricorn, ambition. They're one of the most ambitious signs, okay? Big on structure, leaving a legacy, discipline. They're very disciplined. Okay. And I think that was everybody. Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody. So, just kind of some things I wanted to touch on in case you didn't know, but now you know. Do you have any other questions? Okay. Bye, Aggie. Thanks for joining. You're welcome. And if you're just joining, feel free to say hey in the chat. Let me know where you're joining from, your zodiac sign. If you have any questions, otherwise we will keep pulling. All right, let's go to the collective. Let's see what else is going on here. Pregnancy. Oh, now this could be a literal human baby, or you might be birthing something new. This could be a creative project. It could be you're getting a new fur baby, or it could be a human baby. It is the way it is came out. Don't worry about it. Okay. So maybe someone's been concerned either about this project or pregnancy. More on Capricorn, PP. let's see what tarot has to say for Capricorn. Oh, now that you're saying that, I do have. Let me find my. I have another Capricorn one for you. Here we go. So this is from my Cosmic Body Codes, okay, collection. And maybe I'll pull this one out tomorrow for our live too and kind of go over it in more detail. But everything's connected, mind, body, spirit. So Capricorns tend to, and of course, this is not medical advice, have issues kind of with their bones, their knees, specifically joints, teeth, whether it's pressure, rigidity, chronic tension. And a lot of this comes from how rigid Capricorns can be, how focused they can be. They kind of get this tunnel vision to the point where they not only stress themselves out mentally, but it manifests physically. Okay. So this pressure that they put on themselves comes out in the physical body. And so that's why it affects all of this. That chronic tension affects the joints, the bones, the teeth. So a good salve for your joints. Smoky quartz is really good for this, holding that while you meditate, pray, whatever it is. Um, yeah. So that's a little more on Capricorn for you. That's you, yeah. Ooh, we got Page of Wands here, PP. Interesting. Looks like she's kind of jumping for joy through her wand in the air, if you can see that. And wands is fire energy. So all about action, passion, creativity, and movement. So you were saying you felt like maybe you should move on, finishing those books. So you got this here, and it is a page of wands. Get it? Page in a book. Yeah, move on it. You're welcome. I'm probably going to go ahead and do the affirmations and close out. A couple of reminders. One, I already told you guys about the Reiki coming up, so watch for that. Make sure you're subscribed, your notifications are on so you can see when I pop on live. Again, I don't always schedule it ahead of time. Lately, I've just been popping on and not really scheduling it. Mm. Um, I'm thinking about incorporating maybe like a mediumship Monday. I really haven't been doing too long on Mondays. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. I might do a little poll online to see what the interest is like before I go into that. Just and we would only do, mediumship live on that. So that's one thing, just kind of some thoughts I'm throwing out there. And what else? Catching up on my email. So if you've emailed me, know that I will get back to you. So I'll be getting back to those tomorrow. What else? What else? Tomorrow is what? Friday. So I'll be going live again tomorrow. So join me for Friday night tarot. I think we will get more into some signs and stuff, pull, have a little chat and Q&A, okay? Yeah, so just watch for updates online. Remember, you can find all my content information on YouTube in my bio in the description and also on sanctuary444.com. That's my site. There are free resources on there. And if you want to book a reading, then you can do that there as well. You can contact me if you're not sure what you need. All right, so let's get into our affirmations. I am protected. Oh, what did I say, you guys? Big protection theme today. Is that the only one that's going to come out? Let's see. Anything else, Spirit? I think so. All right. So Spirit wants to remind you today we got a lot of 4 energy, a lot of 7 energy as well. So Spirit wants you to remember that you are spiritually and otherwise protected. So start for a minute. Check out my short series, Affirm It With Me as well, if you want some more freebie affirmations. They're really helpful for changing that mindset. Okay. So again, affirm it with me. I am protected. And let me know if you guys want protection spells. Those are on the sanctuary as well, sanctuary444.com. Whether you want to be able to do it on yourself, I have guides on that. Or if you want me to perform it for you on my altar here, I do those too. All right, so something to keep in mind. Thank you all who joined live and those watching the replay. I appreciate each and every one of you beautiful, beautiful souls for being with me and sharing this time. And until next time, sending you light, love, and healing. And I hope this helped. Thank you.